It's Natalie flyGIRL Kelley, and I'm here at OSHKOSH, and I found a chair to sit in.
Important.
So I'm using it. I was walking around OSHKOSH, and I've been volunteering and meeting all kinds of really fun people, and had kind of connected with someone on Twitter, and she wanted me to meet with someone, and here she is.
And now I'm here.
So introduce yourself.
All right, my name's Christine Boggy, and I don't know, I am a private pilot. I'm currently working on my instrument rating, and then we'll get my commercial after that, and then I will hopefully move right into multi-engine and just work my way up and eventually get to the airlines. That's my goal. Yeah.
So what is your background in aviation? What made you want to do this?
I started flying when I was 17. My brother had actually gone out flying at one of our small local airports in Nebraska. But yeah, so I got my private back when I was 17. Just because of my brother, and I fell into a job at ESPN unintentionally, wasn't planning on doing that, and just kind of ran with it and made aviation more of a hobby, and was in that for, I don't know, 13 years, and finally said, all right, done with television, I'm going full-time aviation. So it would be amazing to get into a 777 someday. I mean, that's so far down the road, but just to be out there and actually working and getting paid to fly as opposed to having fun in these little single engines that I fly around right now.
So your goal is to fly for like an airline?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it doesn't matter which one at this point. I don't have like an allegiance to an airline that I, really want to go with. I would love to be able to transport people, and I feel like that's a good way to, kind of give back in a sense, that I can get to where I'm actually doing something I love and I'm getting paid for it, and that these other people are enjoying it too.
What do you think has been the biggest challenge in your flight training?
Financially, that has definitely been the biggest challenge, especially because this is a second career for me. Trying to find those scholarships when you're no longer in school, it definitely is hard. I have some incredible friends that have really helped me out, and I'm extremely grateful for them. I'm obviously going to go in debt over this, but I'll have a lot of debt when I'm done, so that has been definitely the biggest struggle.
What was the catalyst, though, to all of a sudden switch your job at ESPN to go
I've been doing television for so long, and it's all I ever knew. I just wasn't as excited about it. And I would get very excited to go to the airport and fly, just, or to come to something like OSHKOSH. I came to OSHKOSH last year for the very first time. And I mean, I was like, that's it. This is what I need to do. So I was doing the ESPN stuff, and then I quit doing that, and I got rid of all my freelance gigs too, and just said, all right.
You're a full-time student.
I am right now. Yep. Yeah.
That's so exciting.
So, it is. And I love it.
So what do you say? Cool. Do you run into other girls or other women that are interested in it or into it? What would you, let's say some girl walks up to you and she's like, you fly, I would like to fly, but I don't know if I could. What would you say?
If I just had somebody, random come up to me and say, like, should I do this? It's, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. I mean, if it's something that interests you, you need to at least try.
Well, it's really nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
I am personally meeting Christy Wong. We've followed each other on Instagram and probably friends on Facebook too.
Yes.
I was really glad that I was able to get to hook up with her and talk to her. So you've got this thing going on. You're in Dallas.
Yeah, we're in DFW, which is some of the best airspace in the entire nation, if you ask me. Some of the most aviation-friendly groups out there.
Man, that is like the aviation capital, it seems.
It is actually. We're part of a group on Facebook called North Texas Aviators.
Oh.
We've got over 5,000 members now.
Wow.
And it's funny because not everybody lives in DFW or North Texas. There are people that are as far away as Australia that have joined the group.
Oh my goodness.
Because we're so aviation friendly. It's just such a great community to be a part of.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me, what do you do? What's your story? What's your aviation background?
I've just always loved flying airplanes. They're just I've just always been interested. When I was 24 years old, I got this wild hair, and I was like, that's it, I'm gonna fly. And I went and took a couple of discovery flights, and it was really expensive. I looked into it, and I was like this barely college graduate, broke, and back then FOs were starting out at the regionals at like $16,000-$18,000 a year, and I was like, that's not sustainable for the amount of money that you pay to become a pilot. I mean, that was over 12 years ago. I've never lost the bug. It's always been there. So within the last 2 years, it's been a little over 2 years now, I've gone from, 0-hour student pilot. I'm now a commercial multi, CFI, CFII. But during that time, I've made some really great friends in aviation. I found out just how passionate I was about it. And my passion kind of started bleeding through, like North Texas Aviators. I met Dan Milliken, and he runs Serendipitous Films. And he had started this YouTube channel called Taking Off. And what he'd been doing is he had been going in the cockpit and doing cockpit interviews with pilots in their airplanes. He approached me and said, hey, I've got this idea, but I need help. And he wanted to bring guests in and interview them like in a studio. He was going to call it In the Hangar. And I was like, okay. So he asked me if I'd be his co-host. So it's Dan and I on screen interviewing people. We're on YouTube. And so you can find us on the Taking Off channel on YouTube.
Okay. So the project that you're getting ready to work on, the one that you were talking to me about, what was that?
We're taking a bunch of B-roll. I'm filming and doing some interviews with people just like this, just to kind of get their story. What does aviation mean to them? Because you start running into people that you know, or people that know me. Somebody called me an aviation influencer. Yeah. Which I thought was kind of weird, but a girl walked up to me today and she was like, "Hey, are you Christy Wong? Like I know who you are. You've got the Wong Warrior and you're based out of Denton." And she knew all this stuff about me, and I'm like, "What's your name? It's nice to meet you, but I don't know who you are."
Yeah. So what are your ultimate goals in aviation or with aviation? What?
I want to fly professionally for sure. There is no better time right now than right now to be a pilot. I mean, no better time. If you want to be a professional pilot, there is no better time.
What would you like to do? You have you meet a lot of women that are involved in aviation. What are they typically looking for, you think, from you?
A lot of women that I meet are just looking for guidance. I mean, you get thrown so much information, and it's just standard aviation stuff, but as you know, being a female in aviation carries a unique dynamic. Reach out to people who are there, reach out to people like me or Natalie, find that mentor, find somebody that you can kind of bounce things off of.
Yeah. Well, it was really nice to meet you.
Yeah,
I love your t-shirt, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I got these custom made. A friend of mine actually designed them.
That's cool.
It's the elusive Hershey bar wing retractable gear warrior, basically, but I love it.
It's awesome. I'm here with actually my co-pilot. This is Haley.
Hello.
She rode up here in my little plane. I picked her up. She lives near Sandusky in the northern part of Ohio, and we had a bit of an adventure getting over here, didn't we?
It was quite the adventure.
We spent the night in Gary, Indiana.
Beautiful city.
Oh yeah, it was such a luxurious vacation spot.
The FBO was pretty great though.
The FBO was amazing.
Yeah.
It was one of the nicest I've ever seen. So if you ever need to stop somewhere south of Chicago, go to Gary, Indiana's FBO because it's really nice. So Haley, tell me, I know you've gone to a lot of air shows.
Quite a few, yep.
What do you like about aviation in these air shows?
Aviation has this crazy little family. It's pretty great to get together. You tend to meet people from all over the country, and yet everybody wants to speak to you, and everybody has a great story. It's like this crazy family reunion when you get here. It's always fun to watch the pilots, of course.
Yeah.
And they love to talk, which is
That's true.
always a bonus because then you can go up and learn from them. You can just try and get as much knowledge as possible from them. And it's great to watch somebody like yesterday. We had this guy that had never been to an air show sitting next to us. And the first time a plane tumbled over, he about lost his mind. So watching that is pretty fabulous to see.
Yeah. So what is your favorite air show demonstrator, or what do you typically like to see?
Well, everybody knows that I love Skip Stewart. I have a personal connection there, which is pretty great. Skip Stewart is from Memphis, Tennessee area. He's one of the greatest airshow pilots in the world. He's won the Bill Barber. He's, I think, the Art Scholler, quite a few little, awards under his belt, but he flies P1 and P2, which is the Prometheus. And he just does this wild, crazy act where it looks like he's losing control the entire time.
Yeah.
The first time I saw him fly, I actually thought that he died.
Oh my.
So I had a small heart attack, but
oh goodness, you're You're like, I just witnessed someone
Yes,
die.
no,
Oh my
but
gosh.
it's incredible to watch him. He has such control over his plane. It's incredible.
Yeah. Now, are you a pilot?
My goal is to become a pilot by the time I turn 40.
Okay.
38 now,
Okay.
so it's always
Yeah.
great when I meet more women in aviation
Yeah.
that are getting
on,
their
you can do it.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I've met quite a few female pilots recently that are, upwards in age and they're still going for it.
Yeah.
So that gives me some drive.
Yeah. What kind of plane do you think you want to fly?
We're looking at a Stinson 108.
Okay.
Nice little classic tail wheel.
Yeah.
It has a pretty good payload and nice little cruising speed.
What do you want to do? Do you want to learn aerobatics? Do you want to use it for traveling, or what would you use your pilot's license for?
Probably more for traveling. We want to do as many fly-ins as possible.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to be able to go and see our friends that are, the circle keeps getting bigger with people all over the country.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm up for aerobatics. My husband definitely is, but I just want to be able to fly from point A to point B and
Yeah.
just have a good time and not deal with traffic.
Cool. Well, maybe I can fly with you to Oshkosh
Yes,
next time.
absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Haley, for chatting with me, and I really enjoyed flying up here with you.
Yeah, it was
fun.
wonderful.
It was a great experience.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see ya. Bye.
Bye.